The milking parlor is the most important part of our business because that's where we milk our cows. And that's really where we derive our income from.
It's everything you've built up over the day. That's where you see your results, I guess, is in the milk that you make, the product that you can provide.
Every day, 365 days a year, we're in the milking parlor. The focus is on the cows, and so it's just a huge part of our operation and all that we do on a dairy farm.
Safety in the milking parlor begins by wearing the correct personal protective equipment, or PPE, at all times. Speak with your supervisor if you're not sure of the PPE policy at your farm. A clean parlor is a safe parlor. Always hose down the parlor after each milking. Trips, slips, and falls are the most common source of injury in the milking parlor. Do your part to make your workplace safer.
The hygiene is an indication of your milking ability. If it's clean in there, you're obviously in control of the situation. So you keep your milking equipment clean, you keep yourself clean. It's all towards the goal of producing high quality, safe milk.
When entering and leaving the parlor, hose down your boots thoroughly and wash your hands with warm water and soap. Wash your work clothes regularly. Keep your vaccinations, such as tetanus, up to date. Disinfect cuts, abrasions, and bites immediately. No drugs or alcohol should be in your system when at work. Dangerous situations involving cattle are almost entirely avoidable. Cows respond to the environment they're in. Safety is increased when cows are calm and serene.
When I'm in the parlor and I'm alone, the cows, the only thing they'll hear from me is, "Come on, girls." And literally, or a little bit of just clicking, I click just to stir them along. And it's really a quiet, gentle approach. And my cows are quiet and gentle as a result of that.
When milking, there is always close contact between you and the cows. Be aware of the danger of being kicked. First lactation cows are of greater risk due to their inexperience in the milking process. Always remain alert to the risk of kicking cows, and don't put yourself in harm's way. For example, keep your head away from the cow's kicking range, and never put your head or upper body between the cow's legs at any time. Consider using a kicker bar to prevent a cow from kicking if one is available on your farm. Speak with your supervisor about how to correctly use this piece of equipment. You may want to ask a coworker for assistance by having them stand in front of a kicking cow. This will calm the cow in most instances. Correct ergonomics is an important part of being safe in the parlor. Musculoskeletal injuries, also known as MSIs, are common due to incorrect posture and repetitive action. Make sure your milking workstations are at the correct height, where you don't need to bend or slouch too much. Utilize micro breaks during your shift to stretch. In multi-person milking parlors, consider alternating jobs periodically to prevent repetitive muscle strain.
I have done it where if it's a long shift of milking, if you're milking with someone else, that you would milk for part of the time while, say, the other person feeds calves or does clean stalls, and then you would switch and they would take over milking, and then you could do another chore just to break it up a bit if you didn't want to be milking the entire time.
When using disinfectants, make sure you don't get splashed in the face. Eye protection should be worn. Speak with your supervisor about your farm's rules and requirements. At times, the milking unit may fall off the cow during milking, and she may stand on the piping. Use this safe method to retrieve the unit while still avoiding the risk of hand or finger injury. When cows are on the move in the milking parlor, be alert to the risk of being stepped on. Always have an escape route. The machine room can also cause dangers. Moving belts should be covered or guarded at all times. Never work on any machinery while it is running. Use the lockout procedure to ensure the equipment is off and will stay off until you are done.
I think the worker entering the parlor for the first time, the new worker, just needs to take time, not get too overexcited about the job or too exuberant. There are pressures. There's pressures to perform. There's pressures to get the job done. But just to take the time needed to make sure they're doing things not just properly in the parlor, but safely in the parlor.
Remember, wear proper PPE at all times. Cleanliness of the parlor and yourself are critical to safety. Cows are attuned to their environment. Keep the parlor calm and easygoing. Always remain alert to the risk of being kicked or stepped on and stay out of harm's way. Practice proper ergonomics and stretching. Wear eye protection. And be aware of the risks in the machine room.